Hello everyone, welcome to S3 part 4. This is our agenda. We'll see how static websites are hosted on S3 using a demo. We'll connect to S3 from an EC2 instance using VPC endpoint. Static websites can be hosted on S3 using buckets. Static websites are those whose content do not change and contains HTML pages or CSS documents. Static websites can contain client-side scripts also. Dynamic website is something which does dynamic processing on the server end using server-side scripts such as PHP, JSP or ASP.NET, etc. To enable static website hosting in S3, the bucket has to be configured for website hosting and then the website content has to be uploaded in the bucket. The endpoint has a format like this. AWS-Foundation is the bucket name and then S3 endpoint, but website has been put in between. So that means it is a website endpoint. If we enable our bucket AWS-Foundation for website hosting, we can use our own domain which you had registered in Route 53 and integrate this website with Route 53. Index document is something which I have seen during our basic web page creation in EC2 instances. This is the page which is returned when we type our website in the URL. For example, if we enter aws-foundation.tk in the browser without requesting any specific page, then the index document in the main bucket would be returned. If you want to have a static page like this, then the subfolder R or AAR should contain an index document. Same is the case here. The subfolder S3-demo should contain an index document. Let's talk about how URL is interpreted. If this is how your URL is, at the end you do not have any slash, then what S3 would do, it would first look for an object named mydoc. If there's no object with the name mydoc, it will go and get the index document in this folder mydoc. The second option is putting a slash at the end. So if you put slash, S3 will actually look for index document in this particular folder, which is mydoc. Web traffic logging is similar to server access logging but tracks something else. It tracks visitors accessing the website. You can also redirect your web pages to something else. That something else can be another S3 bucket or another object in the same bucket or an external URL also. This metadata is used for redirection. Let's see a demo now. We'll create a bucket. We'll upload our HTML web page to that bucket. We'll create a folder in that bucket. We'll upload another HTML document in the subfolder. And then we'll set up a web page, integrate that with Route 53. Bucket objects policies would be discussed with IAM or Identity and Access Management. Create a bucket name with the same name as that of our domain name. Remember, you have to mention www also. I do not need any versioning or any other properties. I'll have to manage public permission. I'll have to give read permission to public because as this is a website, I want everyone to access my website. Click on grant public read access to this bucket, review, and then click on create bucket. To enable website hosting on this bucket, click on properties and then static website hosting and then click on this one. Use this bucket to host a static website. The index document is page.html and the error document is error.html. Click on save. Now this bucket has been enabled to host static websites. I'll go ahead and create a few folders, one with the name AWS and then another folder with the name Foundation. As I have given the index document name to be page.html, I'll have to upload page.html file in this bucket. I have created page.html in my local machine. I'll upload that file here. You have to set permissions so that everyone has read access to this particular object. Because as I said, this is a website, I want everyone to access my website. Change the storage class if you want to. I already have these folders. I'll have to upload the same page.html object but might be with different content. Let me go ahead and upload page.html. The reason the name has to be same because I have said that page.html would be my index page and that is irrespective of any folders and subfolders. Similar is the case with Foundation also. To access the website, click on Properties, go to Static Website Hosting And this is the endpoint which you should use to access the web page or the static web page which is being hosted on this particular bucket. So this is the basic page which says this is a static website page being hosted on S3. Once you upload in the subfolder AWS, you can click on AWS and go to that page. So it says this is a static website page being hosted on S3. There is a sub page AWS. Same is the case with Foundation also. There you go. Now we'll integrate these pages or the main page with Route 53. Go to Route 53. We already have the hosted zone for our domain name. Click on the hosted zone and then click on create record set. The domain name would be www.aws-foundation.tk. And what do you mention in value? You cannot mention anything because value asks for IP address only. S3 does not have any IP address. So what do you do if you do not have any value? Click on alias yes. And the target name, our bucket name is appearing here, www.aws-foundation.tk. So as I said, the bucket name has to be appended with www, otherwise it will not work. Click on this one and I'll use a simple routing policy. Click on create. Now we can use our domain name to go to the main page. We do not need S3 endpoint URL. So www.aws-foundation.tk is taking me to the static website which is being hosted on S3. You can append AWS here. It will take me to the AWS subpage. If you append Foundation, it will take me to the Foundation subpage. What is the purpose of error.html? I have not uploaded any file error.html. Let me go ahead and do that. After uploading error.html, if you type in some wrong URL, it will take you to the error page. aws-foundation.tk, this is a correct URL. If you type that one, it will take you to a correct page. But if you type any other wrong page, it will take you to the error page. That is the purpose of error.html. So this is how you use S3 to host a static website. And using Route 53, you can integrate S3 with Route 53.